So remember when people said Cyberpunk 2077 would never run on anything close to a Switch? Yeah, those people are probably eating their words right now because the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Cyberpunk, it exists. It's real and it's actually kind of blowing minds right now. A while back, we got over 40 minutes of direct feed footage of the game, and it's basically caused a full blown meltdown online. Some folks are celebrating like this is the second coming of portable gaming, while others are in complete denial still, scrambling to nitpick anything they can because apparently Switch 2 can't possibly be this good. Spoiler alert, it is. Now, I'm going to be honest. I kind of was second guessing this. I was like, hey, I played Cyberpunk on the Xbox Series X almost 5 years ago. Why would I want to play something on less powerful hardware? Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised about it. So let's start with the facts. Cyberpunk 2077 is shaping up to be a launch title for the Switch 2 that is amazing. It's not just the base game either. This thing includes the full-blown Phantom Liberty expansion, something that PS4 and Xbox One owners never got until it was like later on and you had to purchase it. It's all packed onto a cartridge too, though. You know how we're getting all this game key controversy where third-party developers don't want to put their games on the actual cartridge. They're using download-only or game key cards. Well, CD Projekt Red put this whole entire game on a 64 gigabyte cartridge. It's going to be complete on the game. So that means no cloud streaming, no nonsense, no downloading, just a complete content-rich package, fully updated, ready to go, bada bing, bada boom. Now, sure, there might be some patches or something, but that's besides the point. The game is on the cartridge. And here's the kicker. It doesn't just run. It looks freaking great. We're talking better texture quality, better lighting, sharper visuals than the Steam Deck version. Can you believe that? And yes, that's after a real side-by-side comparison. So there was a YouTuber by the name of Blunty that did this work and showed that the comparison was amazing. All right, even the most stubborn tech heads are having a hard time denying this. No, it's not PS5 quality, so calm down on that. But for a hybrid system, for a Switch, this is leagues ahead of what anyone expected. So the DLSS is clearly doing some magic here, and it's paying off. Now, let's kill the Steam Deck comparison while we're at it, all right? So the Steam Deck's great, okay? But in this case, the Switch 2 version of Cyberpunk wins. Not by a massive margin, but visually and overall presentation, it's clearly better, okay? Shoot me on that if you're a Steam Deck Master Race member. And again, this is on a hybrid system, a portable console that can also be docked. And that matters, okay? People forget what the original Switch looked like trying to run something ambitious as this. We had Doom 2016, which was a miracle just for existing on that hardware, but it looked like a smudge oil painting half the time. Meanwhile, Cyberpunk on Switch 2, you'd be forgiven for mistaking it for a last-gen console version at a glance. And this is the kind of third-party support that Nintendo needed after the first Switch. Developers aren't stupid, guys. They saw 150 million Switch consoles sold, like literally fly off the shelves, and they want in early this time. They have a fear of missing out. So they're not waiting for year 3 anymore. They want to be day one, because Switch 2 might just be the new home for third-party games. We saw that report saying that in the next few years, it'll be the primary console for third-party games, especially with Xbox's hardware slipping into irrelevance. Seriously, with Xbox Series consoles struggling to even hit 30 million units sold, third-party devs are looking for a safer bet, and right now it looks like Nintendo's giving them one. A huge install base, there's a loyal fan base, and now finally the horsepower to at least bring more technically demanding games to the party, which, good on Nintendo finally. Is it as strong as I've wanted? No, it's not. Okay, it's not as strong as I wanted, but Nintendo made it clear that they won't be using game key cards for their own games on Switch 2. So Mario Kart, Donkey Kong, you name it. Thank God you buy a physical copy, you get the actual game on the cartridge. What a concept, right? 1990s are calling. Hello. Third parties, though, it's still a mess. You got Hogwarts Legacy, for example. Yeah, it's just a key card. I bought the download-only version of it for Switch 2. So yeah, you're buying a box with a glorified download code. inside. Fantastic, right? But if Nintendo's using full 64 gigabyte cartridges for games like Cyberpunk, there's hope. If enough third-party games go physical and sell well, maybe, just maybe, others will follow suit. Give players the option to own real offline-ready games again. I think that would be nice. That's honestly, that's what I always hear people talking about the most, that they want to actually own what they're buying. But in this day and age, it's the digital age, we're getting into this territory where we can't avoid it. And that's why game key cards exist, as much as we don't like it. Right? As much as we don't like it. But Cyberpunk 2077, like I was saying, looks like it's going to be amazing. I think this is going to be one of the games that I do go and get. Just strictly because it's not a game key card. Because it's on there. I have it on both the PlayStation and the Xbox Series X, actually. So this would be the third time that I go out and buy this game. When it first came out, it had a bad reputation. It was glitch heavy. There was a lot of issues with it. If you go back and look at all the montages and all the videos roasting it, I even roasted the game itself. When it finally came out, I played it on the Series X. I got all the endings, and I was thoroughly enjoyed when I played this game. I liked it. It had a very cool atmosphere. There was a lot of stuff in it. It had that vibe of games like Fallout and, just stuff like that nature. That big open world, explore, NPCs to choose to kill or not kill, different side quests. It was all around just a great game. And I think this is one of the perfect candidates for a Switch 2 launch title, especially because it's all on the cartridge. Mark my words, this will probably be one of the best-selling Switch 2 games at launch. It's probably going to be one of the best games sold on the Switch 2 ever, because this is what Nintendo Switch fans don't really get. You don't get these huge open world games. We had Skyrim, we had Outer Worlds, we're getting this, and I feel that it's going to be at home again, because like I said, it's a portable console. It's doing magic, just being completely on the cartridge, which is all that fans are asking for. So if this succeeds, if this game does well, I feel personally Nintendo's going to take note. Third-party companies are going to take note, and they're going to be like, okay, you know what? Maybe we should foot the bill a little bit on an actual physical version of a game instead of just a game key card. But we'll have to wait and see on that. We still don't have confirmation if there's going to be different cartridge sizes for the Switch 2. We just have the 64 gigabytes. Switch OG had a variety of them, so that remains to be seen. But mark my words, Cyberpunk's going to be a must-play on the Switch 2, guys. So let me know your thoughts down below. Love to hear what you guys have to think. Hit that like button or dislike, and make sure you guys subscribe, okay? I'm not saying that for my health. Hit that subscription button. It's free to do so. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you.